Hi everyone, it's nearly Christmas time here at the InWisdom office. The decorations are up. It's also the first week of reInvent 2021. This is a hybrid event this year, so people are in Las Vegas seeing it live and in person, and other people are joining from around the world. So there's a fun-packed, feature-rich session catalogue and keynote speeches for both audiences, and you can see them live streamed and also in your local zone. Now, the big keynote yesterday was Adam's. Adam is the new CEO of AWS and has been in the job since halfway through the year when Andy Jassy stepped up to the big plate. And this was Adam's time to come out and shine, and he delivered us a great keynote yesterday. Looking back over that keynote, it had two main themes. Data is very heavy on data, and I'll tell you a bit more about some of those in a moment. And the other main thing that it featured was a lot of IoT, edge computing, connected device. That was both in relation to straight connectivity, but also verticalizing and industrializing certain offerings around things like the automobile industry. So it's very interesting because it was very relatable to exactly where our customers at InWisdom are right now. We're seeing lots in this area, lots of connected edge computing and bringing data into the cloud and then doing advanced analytics on top of it. And I was lucky enough on Monday myself to go and visit one of our customers, JCB, for the first time to talk about how we are doing IoT with them, how we're doing data analytics with them, and it was great just to get out the first time since the pandemic had struck and go and actually see and talk to a customer. So thank you, JCB, for such a wonderful day. I think it was bang on point then hitting that keynote yesterday of Adam's around IoT and data analytics. So the big kind of announcements really on that kind of space. First, on the IoT side, there was a 5G, private 5G network. So we've all started getting 5G phones, we've seen all the launches around that, but this is focused on people that have many devices out there in the field with limited internet connectivity, if not any internet connectivity. So they have a base station basically now, and this allows them to deploy a 5G grid onto that base station and pull the data in from individual devices out there in the real world, assemble that on the gateway and the base station, and then upload that to the AWS cloud. So that really does address some of those very hard connectivity issues that we're seeing on things like connecting solar panels to wind farms, that kind of thing. It will allow you to get some of the data more reliably into the cloud. So that was an important thing. There's also a lot around digital twins and representing that in the cloud, and then be able to run what if scenarios and analytics on top of that. So that's going to be something I think is going to be increasingly how this plays into analytics and machine learning, is that you'll have your digital twin and then you'll be able to run those predictive scenarios and see when failures may occur, or how you can maybe optimize the running of a machine by changing some of the parameters on the twin to see how it affects the overall running of the device. The other significant thing was IoT Fleet Manager. It allows you to kind of look after your fleet, and that's the biggest thing that we're seeing, is that at a proof of concept level, one IoT device is fine, but when you start having 200 machines or solar panels at site, they take a lot of maintaining, and you want to be able to kind of apply policies and updates unilaterally and uniformly across all of them, and you want that control. You don't want to have to go around each device and fiddle with it to see how it is and do updates, that kind of thing. So that's a worthy inclusion as well. The other next main area was data analytics. This obviously is InWisdom's one of the main things. We have been working with loads of the different AWS analytics services for the years. We have lots of use cases from our customers, and we're constantly driving ways of improving how they use their data, how to get their data in, and making sure that it delivers value for cost. And the most significant kind of announcements yesterday was around those people that want to use all those advanced tools but don't want to stand up big instances and big infrastructure to do it. So we saw serverless Kinesis, serverless managed Kafka, and we saw serverless Redshift, and many of changes in that area. What that will mean to our customers is, I think it's those people that are got spiky workloads or occasional workloads that will really fit. We have big customers that have lots of processing regular interviews, but we have other situations where it's quite sporadic, especially if they're coming in some of those IoT devices. And this is where I think the two kind of play, and obviously was kind of the subtle themes to play together. Is like you might have bursts of this stuff coming in, and you want to handle that burst, that then it might go idle. And you typically see that in the connected world. You see peaks when things come offline and offline due to the way us humans use them. So I think that will be a major thing, and it also I think will help on the engineering quality side. We always have a debate, basically, particularly around Redshift, is that you can stand up Redshift instances, but they're pretty expensive if you're doing it for dev and test, and we do lots of things like turning them off, turning them back on again between when people are not using them in QA and dev environments. So I think it will really help to drive down some of the cost, where maybe you do then need some of that fixed capacity for your production workload. And then the next there's two kind of machine learning announcements so far. One was in yesterday's and one was in some of the pre-announcements. One is around ML security, so they've upped the game regarding Code Guru. It will now check and analyze your code for security weaknesses and vulnerabilities, so that's a welcome new addition to that product. But the main announcement on the ML front yesterday was SageMaker Canvas. So had a quick play of it this morning, looked around it. It's basically allows you to upload data sets and run AutoML behind the scenes to produce you some immediate model predictions and be able to see the accuracy of those models and what they can do. It's specifically aimed at the business user, not the data scientist, and it's very much a GUI, a UI to AutoML, when previously probably you still would have to have quite a baseline data science knowledge to get you through that first step. This kind of blends and stutters that a little bit more, so that maybe the regular analyst can just upload a CSV file and start doing predictions. I would say that the type of models currently supported is quite limited, so it's only forecasts, linear regressors for those out there that know, and classifiers on the very basic model set. So it's good for predicting things like stock levels, fraud, that kind of thing. But what we also have seen overnight is that there is a cost to this. It's doing lots of stuff behind the scenes, running lots of models, so be very wary of maybe when you start to adjust those workloads that you do want to hand it over to a data scientist and a bigger team to handle. I think it's very good to do that, probably that initial prototyping to see what a model can get you, the proof of value and proof of concept work, but beyond that it's probably still require a significant input. So that was Adam's keynotes, and then later today we'll be getting Shami's keynotes, the main ML keynotes. I'm expecting a lot more. It was a little bit thin yesterday on ML announcements. Today should really hit it, so we'll probably have non-stop ML announcements hopefully throughout the keynote speech, so we can see some really big stuff coming. So really looking forward to that, and that kicks off about 4:30 UK time, and I'll be watching it live, tweeting and such forth, so catch me then. Or tomorrow I am doing a live panel session from 1 to 4 with the Community Summit team, the Consum team. We're going live on Twitter and live on Twitch. It's also broadcasting to YouTube, etc. So join us then. So go to consum.co.uk and join me with that. And we'll be giving specific focus on ML and analytics and the edge as all part of the main themes we're covering. So catch me then. Also, I'll be doing another one of these tomorrow, and I'll provide you also that bite-size summary of what was announced yesterday and what the keynote was like for Swami's keynote. Hope to catch you again, and take care in the meantime.